On today's video, I want to go over the topic that how much does it cost to own one of the 2022 ZX-10R KRT edition ABS model. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so every time I post a new video or content you will be notified, as well as drop a like, dislike, and if you're already a subscriber, make sure you hit the bell icon so every time a new content uploaded you will be notified. So these price points are based on the United States and US market and state of California. In America, if you are someone who's watching it from outside of the United States, in the United States, when they build motorcycle, doesn't matter Kawasaki, Suzuki, or whatever motorcycle, it's got to be with US compliance. And if you are living in California, then that's another thing. So the bike has to be within US compliance as well as California compliance. I remember when I was going to buy this bike, I found a real good deal in the state of Nevada, and I went to get that, but because I was going to register the bike to the state of California, they didn't allow that. They said the bike is not California legal. And even when you go to buy the OEM parts, it has California model or 40, I believe it says 48 or 49 states or California. So that's one thing. The actual price of the bike in state of California when first they came was $18,199 for KRT edition with ABS. So let's say if you didn't want your KRT edition and you wanted to go with that I believe is gray and red model, that's in like less $1,000, or I believe it's like $600-700 or $800 less than KRT. And if you wanted ABS model, then that's an additional $1,000 on top of everything else. And if you didn't want ABS, then you would save an additional $1,000. So my bike, it's ABS model because I wanted it ABS, and it's a KRT. So I end up paying an additional, like let's say $2,000 for just ABS and the KRT edition, which I'm glad I did get this, because remember when I bought my ZX-10R, they asked me if I want KRT edition, and I refused to get the KRT edition. Holy fuck, there is a big ass accident over there. They closed the whole highway. So I remember when I bought my ZX-10R, I was like, they're like, would you like to get in KRT? And then the price was an additional like $600-700. I was like, no, why would I pay additional $600 or $700 for KRT edition? And after getting the bike, that shit started hitting me. I was like, fuck. Now, because I went out to a few bike nights and bike meets, and I saw a few KRT editions, I was like, shit, that color does stand out a lot. So, and then when I bought my 2018 ZX-10R, at that point I was still a college student, so I didn't have that much until I fucking got this. That's the story behind it. So the bike, the MSRP price in state of California or US market, it's $18,199, and then plus fees and tax and dealers and all of that. Let's say if you are in the United States again, you are aware of your county tax price and all of that, and all of that matters when it comes to the bike. Your sales tax and your sales tax and your dealer fees and like setup fees and all of that. I'm not sure about all other states, but in the state of California, when you buy a motorcycle, there is a setup fee, there is sales tax, setup fee, stocking fee, license plate, DMV, and all of that. So from $18,200, you end up paying something around 20. I would say you'll end up paying 22,000, 23, anywhere 22,000 to 25,000. The reason is because of your county that you live in. The bike does make a difference. For example, I did post a video of me going to pick up the bike all the way from Los Angeles because I live in San Francisco. So I went to LA because LA tax, it's way cheaper. LA County taxes are way cheaper than San Francisco. It's about like 3% difference. I saved at least $2,000 to $3,000 on buying the bike by going there. I just had to go with my truck, spent two tanks of gas, and a lunch. I went there in the morning and I came back at night because it's only 4 or 5 hours to get there, 5 hours to get back. So I left at 7 in the morning and I came back like around midnight. And the whole trip, let's say, cost me less than $400, but I saved almost $3,000. If you're planning on buying this bike, it's expect about, let's say, generally speaking, in California, you would have to drop almost $23,000. And if you're trying to finance it and all of that, then think about the financing charges and the interest and all of that. Because no matter how good your credit is, you still pay interest on motorcycle or RV or like a jet ski, because all those stuff, the fuck, bro? What the hell? People are fucking stupid. All those stuff such as motorcycle, RV, or boat, you end up paying interest because they consider a toy and they are luxury items. So regardless of how good is your credit, you end up paying the interest. Let's say for this bike or all my other ZX-10Rs, let's say I got the factory's rebate for if I wanted to finance, because if you have a good credit, then they give you 6.95 or 6.92. That's the lowest you can get with 800 plus credit. And if you're trying to finance it, then make sure you put good amount of money down, so that way your payments won't be too high. Because like $20,000 for a motorcycle, almost $24,000, it's a lot of money. Just make sure, don't put yourself, make sure you're comfortable paying the payments if you are financing the bike. And then if you have money to just buy it cash, go ahead and do so. Do not finance your motorcycle, do not finance your toys, because it's gonna kill you on interest. All the dealers, when you buy cash, they give you like a good amount of discount. So, but that's why when you call to ask for a price, they ask you, oh, are you trying to buy it or finance it? I mean, are you trying to cash it, buy it all cash, or finance it? If you're able to buy it cash, go ahead and do that. Something else that I was going to mention, if you want to buy a bike that is cheaper, let's say if you already have a bike and you're trying to upgrade to one of these, wait until, for example, the end of the year. I bought this bike I bought it on 2021. I bought a 2022 model because technically on October all the bikes for next year drops. If you're trying to buy one of these, wait until the end of the year or October until, like, let's say they announce a new model, then the dealers, they must get rid of these bikes. However, this year was a shortage due to COVID. They didn't make that much of these bikes. They didn't have a huge discount, but technically towards the end of the year they have a huge discount, about like $2,000 to $3,000 on these bikes. Then that's where you can go ahead and buy your bike and then finance it, so you can save on your finances. After paying all of that stuff, on top of everything, you would have to pay for your modification and everything. So let's say because you have a top premier bike, you wouldn't want to put shitty ass parts or modifications on your bike. So you would want to buy top-notch product for your bike. And so that itself, it's another like $4,000 or $5,000. However, modification $5,000, that's like literally nothing. Like, that's for simple stuff. Like, let's say if you're trying to like get like your wheels done and everything, like let's say some people get the carbon fiber wheels and all of that, that itself, it's like additional. Each rim is like, front I believe is $1,800 to $2,000, and the rear is almost $2,400 to $3,000. So if you're trying to make a major difference on your bike, and like add a lot to it, that bike can cost you almost $40,000. But if you're just a regular rider that does like daily commute, or like you go out with your friends and all of that, expect anywhere to 20,000 to 24,000 to spend on this bike. So guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, so every time I post a new video you will be notified. Also drop a like, dislike, and this is it for today. Thank you for watching.